Guys, I'll tell you what to do if you have to fight 4 people. That's not lame-ass karate. That is Cobra Kai! Ooh. Hey, what's up guys? John here, aka Bruce Lee, and today I'm super excited to be doing a special request video. I'll have the person like floating over here, but I'll just blur out the name just in case. I don't know, some people don't like super public like call outs or shout outs, but you know who you are. And guys, like seriously, when I end my videos where I say comment below what other scenes you want me to do, react to, review, whatever, like I mean it. I would love to do that for you guys, and that's why I'm super excited to be doing this one by special request. So this one is Cobra Kai. We're back at it again, okay? It's gonna be season 1 episode 5, so potential spoiler alert for anyone out there watching the show right now. Miguel fights some dudes. We're gonna break it down from the perspective of a kickboxing instructor. That's me. And we're gonna give it a score of 1 out of 10 based on 2 criteria: how realistic we think it is, since you know it's a martial arts show, but also how entertaining it is, since you know that's at the end of the day that's the point of a show, right? It makes you want to watch it. So yeah, let's get into it right now. So this guy just like dissed her dad or something. Oh.
Hey Kyler, why don't you shut the hell up and stop being such an asshole?
Ooh.
I'm ready for your lame-ass karate this time.
It's not lame-ass karate. It's Cobra Kai.
So I'm gonna let the video, because I think it's a pretty short scene, I'm gonna let it play out one in full before I break anything down. That was decent, but sus. Oh. No. Okay. Everyone's like videotaping it. All right. That's not lame-ass karate. That is Cobra Kai! Alright guys, so now let's break it down a little bit. I'll be kind of slowing it down, or going by more play-by-play stuff. His first arm lock here was a little bit sus to me. Let's see what I mean. So he parries a kick, and then he basically is not quite showing it here. So basically, he's parried the arm, gone over the arm, and is locked over where his elbow is on top of this Asian guy's elbow, and then he kind of is looping it in and turning him away. If you think about it, guys, like, you know, this guy, you know, the Asian guy's like, ugh! What's the pain point here, right? Like, it works basically if you get your arm, so your elbow kind of over their bicep, and you grab hold, really lock it in, and then turn away significantly, you can make someone's elbow hyperextend, and it does hurt. But this right here, there's nothing that's hurting. There's nothing to indicate pain other than this guy's face, so it's a little sus. And he punches him. Also, like, if your arm is locked by someone like that, like, why wouldn't you yourself, like, start wailing on him, right? Like, a few things a little, like, meh about that. And then he shoots in for a takedown. So this guy seems to think that Miguel is a good striker from the, you know, because he does, like, karate or whatever it is. So he shoots in for a takedown. Smart move. Smart move, honestly. That's what I would do if I was a good wrestler or a stronger guy. So it's one of those things too where like his takedown was good, but movies do this all the time where like after a good takedown they start like grabbing the protagonist, so I was like slamming them around different places, and it makes no sense. Like this right here where he swings them to the next table, like how much damage are you doing by swinging them, and how much energy have you put in? What he should have done is when he took him down, climb up on the table and just wait, like just ground and pound, like literally like sit on him and just pummel him into oblivion. That's what you do after a successful takedown, not get up and then keep swinging him. It does look cool. So this right here is where I was like, oh no. So this is This move right here is a rear naked choke, and it's being executed incorrectly and it's being defended incorrectly. So what you want to do, so if I was an Asian guy, okay, my right arm is over the guy's neck and it's under the chin. Ideal. That means I can put pressure on his airway, his trachea, okay? Now, what I want to do is make sure he can't pull my hand down. So I need to lock this in place. So I pull this in. You can usually put it like on your chest or your shoulder. It doesn't really matter a whole lot because then you're going to put your other arm and put your hand or your wrist into the elbow or the space of your elbow and then lock it in like this. Because you see now they wanna pull this down, lock it in, it's not pulling down. Okay, so now you can use this arm to choke and this arm to lock. Okay, that's the proper rear naked choke. Now, the other thing you want to do is to control the hips or control the body. So right here, where he's kind of just standing and leaning, well, Miguel's hips are not quite against him. What the Asian guy should do is either kind of like wrap or kind of go in closer, go hip to hip, or wrap his legs kind of more around him, or push him against the wall, something like that, so he can't escape. And then like the fight right here, guys, if the Asian guy knew what he was doing, the fight would be over. It'd be like Miguel would be deceased, like he'd be killed, it's perished, done. Dunzo, out of here, okay? Unfortunately, he did not know how to do that. So, let's see how Miguel breaks out, and I'll show you why it's wrong. I mean, that sounds kind of catty of me. So that elbow he did, you know. So this right here, Miguel's kind of doing the right thing. He's trying to pry that arm out. What doesn't make sense here is because the Asian guy, you see his hands like this? There's nothing locking this choking hand. So why doesn't Miguel's left hand just pull it down? What's keeping it there? Nothing, right? Other than, well, acting, right? So what Miguel should be doing is if there's, what he wants to do if the arm's locked is you have to fight this arm first to open it up and then try to pull the choking hand out of the way and get your chin underneath to protect against the choke, protect the neck. So instead of going his hands like this, like a collar, he should be putting both hands onto the wrist because there's nothing supporting it. And just pull down, you're free. You're done. What he does instead is that he finds a space to elbow the guy. This is why the Asian guy should be trying to get his hips nice and close so he can't squirm and do that kind of stuff, okay? So he elbows down. That whole, like, wrist grabbing, turning thing, I find that it rarely executes well. So the mechanic of it is what you're doing is getting kind of, not the Maracana, I'm not sure the exact term, but you're basically trying to hyperextend the wrist, and then when you turn it and pull it down, it causes pain. But most people, guys, when you try to play around with their wrist or try to like turn it, what they'll do is this. They'll just pull it in, and now you've wasted your time. So does the mechanics of this kind of like this wrist hyperextension work? Yes, I find it doesn't work too well in realistic scenarios though, so... you know, the way you execute is good, but a little iffy. Good punch, good spin kick. I like that. Bang! And spun into it. I like that a lot. Yeah, like a Spider-Man moment there. So that trip here, the way it executed and the way the guy slipped and landed is pretty realistic. Like, obviously, like, he acted and kind of fell into it. But honestly, if a guy's walking in, he's stepping, like, walking, not in stance, but, like, walking, like, left, right. And you sweep the, so actually, if you watch here, Miguel sweeps the left leg. If that, so right there, like, I guess, now that I've slowed it down, like, you see nothing, like, he didn't actually touch him. But if he actually did hit that left leg, the way this big guy is falling is pretty realistic. Someone attacks him from behind. Let's look at it again. Good slip. Someone tries to grab him. Hits him in the balls. Front kick, spinning heel kick. All that pretty good. Again, he didn't do it quite 100% because he's trying not to actually hurt people in the stunt. But I could tell he had all those moves locked down. So strategically, this is really good. So he runs away and gets a weapon. Getting a weapon smart, but where he was before, he's surrounded, right? The Asian guy is kind of like where the audience is. There is the guy that's redhead that he just he tripped on the side, and there's a guy behind him. You're surrounded by 4 people attacking on all sides. What you want to do when you're fighting multiple people is try to get them all into one plane of area and try to fight them kind of one at a time, okay? Don't fight 4 people at once. Fight 1 person 4 times if you can. Smart thing to do. So he runs across, gets a weapon. Well, let's look at the strikes again. That was good stuff. You know what? And I'll let it play out for a second. But you see how everyone's got their phones right here? Honestly, guys, like, it's disappointing, but I think it's so true. Like, if you watch like a movie, Kick-Ass, seriously, people do this. Like, if a fight breaks out, like, no one wants to help, they'll either just, like, look away and just, like, pretend it's not happening or, like, not get involved, or they'll just videotape it to put on the internet, which is, like, horrible. Like, especially, like, so this is, like, an adult thing, too. Like, in just everyday life, I think people are like that, which is a shame to say. Like, no one wants to do that confrontation, or, like, their priorities are just messed up. But you know what? When I was in high school, if a fight like this broke out, there's never a 4-on-1, but there were fights that broke out in my high school, and I'm telling you, people would be exactly like this. They would cheer it on, they'd videotape it. And you know what? If anyone from my high school is watching this, you know, listen, I loved you guys, but I know for a fact if I was fighting someone, no one would help me. You would just watch me get beat up or whatever. Like, you'd watch the outcome. I genuinely believe that, which is a shame to say, like, the society we live in. So, they have that accurate. Dude, there's no way you're tripping. There's no way you're destroying a guy's, like, hip, sliding a $10 IKEA folding chair. Good swipe. You see here, he's having to move a bit faster. Like he's going left, right, left, right. That's what I mean. You want to try to get him in one plane of motion. The knee he lands here is pretty good. I'll play it back a bit. He goes left, right, and then he slams the guy into the knee. Oh, sorry, he slams the guy with the knee into the ribs. Pretty good. So this right here where he jumps off the guy's back to get on the table. Jumping off the guy's back is just unnecessary. Like, the guy's trying to do a push-up or something like that. But you know what? Getting on higher ground against a taller or stronger opponent makes sense. This donkey kick here, though, doesn't really. So he jumps up and he kind of, like, swipes him with, like, this donkey kick. I think it's like a glute workout. You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot. The donkey kick like that would work if he kicked his legs straight out. This whole, like, kind of like, he kind of just, like, slapped him with it. Would do nothing. If he, like, literally like a horse thrust it back straight, it would knock the guy out, but it'd probably make the stunt hard to pull off. And then he's triumphant. Everyone's like, woo! Oh, dude, get the girl. Guys, look at this. Look at how the girl looks at him. Honestly, guys, get someone who looks at you like that. Or knows how to act like she does to look at you like that. Because, oh, man. If anyone looked at me like that, woo-wee! So that was it, guys, for Cobra Kai Season 1, Episode 5, Lunchroom Fight. Where Miguel, I think, gets... Actually, this might be a spoiler. Like, I won't say what happens next after this. Final thoughts on that, guys. Like, clearly, a lot of decent stunt work here. But, like... When you have, like, the camera angles shifting really quickly and it's not much of, like, a one-take video, you can tell that they're hiding imperfections in the choreography with that. And there's definitely a lot here. And when you slow it down, obviously, like, he swiped out that guy's leg without actually touching his leg. Like, that stuff I can live with, because, like, obviously you don't want to actually hurt your stuntman. Like, it's not nice. Or, like, another actor, even worse. Like, it's not nice. But there's a few things here that mechanically didn't really make sense. Like, the whole, like, I'm never a big fan of those, like, those wrist grabbing, turning things where, like, you, like, spin people around by hitting, like, grabbing their wrist. Like, I find it doesn't really execute too well in real life. The rear naked happening right here in this scene, like, you know, not super realistic. The strikes were good. Of the people I've seen in this show, Miguel does his spin kicks, and his punches pretty decent. Pretty decent for sure. So, not bad. Let's give it our scores, guys. I want you to comment below what your score was. My score on the realism on a 1 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 3. There was definitely some good things, but the vast majority of that wasn't too realistic. And, you know, like, the fact that you can fight 4 guys is really, really cool. But, you know what, guys, I'll tell you what to do if you have to fight 4 people, okay? This is what you do. You challenge their leader, you taunt them into one-on-one, and make sure you kick his ass. Try as much as you can not to have to fight 4 people, or not fight at all, if you don't have to. But if there's 4 people staring you down, taunt their leader and just fight 1 guy, and earn everybody else's respect. Because fighting 4 guys is never easy. Now, real life, if Miguel was fighting these 4 guys, I really don't think he would win, especially because he was surrounded. If they all dove into him at the same time, I don't think you have much of a chance, especially with the moves that Miguel had there. Like, you would need to know a lot more spinning techniques, a lot way bigger. Like if you're fighting 4 guys, I would expect to see a lot of front kicks or side kicks to keep people away. Like there's a lot more I'd need to see here to be able to say that Miguel, even like in a realistic scenario, like the character could fight off 4 guys for real. So unfortunately, I can't give it a higher score than a 3, but there's some good stuff and it's entertaining. For the entertainment factor, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. I can't give it a 10 because if it's not realistic to me, it's just hard for me to give things a 10. Like, if you guys have seen my videos at this point, like, you know how I am. Like, if I can't fully believe and, like, immerse myself in it, it's just hard for me to give it a 10. I also can't give it a 9 because, again, like, it's just, again, my own personal preference, you guys. These scores are subjective. Let me know what your score is. Like, when it's, like, a shaky screen that, like, changes angle all the time, like, I know that they're trying to hide imperfections. Like, honestly, like the Bourne series is like notorious for this. Like, I can't tell what the F is going on because there's so many like with the camera guy because they want to make the scene seem more intense and chaotic than it is. So like, I'm just not a fan of that. Like, you know, when I watch like Jackie Chan or like Ong Bak or like, you know, those kinds of movies or actors, like they have the camera wide angle so you can see what's up. And I just think that's the way to go about it with a martial arts movie. Myself. So anyways, thank you again. I won't name you per se, the person who especially requested this video, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for leaving the comment and taking the time to hopefully watch this video. Everyone else, like for real, comment below any of the scenes you'd like me to do or your thoughts, your scores. I want to hear from you guys. It's a super good time. So I'm really indecisive about picking the next video. So even though I upload every day, you guys, like you're helping me as well because I don't know what to do half the times. So help me out. Leave a comment, like, subscribe to support the channel, and I will see you next time. Bruce Lee out.